Alright, just like with the previous videos, I'm going to show you the utilities. I'm going to go out of order this time, just because, well, not completely out of order, but out of order a little bit, just because some of the stuff is easier to show, or I need to be near, you know, other enemies or friends to use them properly. So, first up, I'm going to show you the Telekensis. So, Telekensis allows you to select an object and allows you to move it. That's pretty simple. You can only use that once per turn. Now, let's say I saw that worm move that and he used it for a strategic reason. Well, I'm nowhere near it, but I can use the UFO to come and move it for me. So I'm going to select it. And then I'm going to move it back. Just like that. So Bob, maybe I don't know why, but Bob moved that for a reason, right? So I'll just move it back. Alright. So the next thing is the Blowtorch. With the Blowtorch you can basically just like embed yourself underground, or you can head towards another worm, or both. And you can steer it as you're going. You only get like, well, you can see how far down you get, so you only get a little bit, but you can just create a small tunnel to hide in or to sneak up on somebody. Okay, so the next thing we have would be the ninja rope. So I want to get that health, so I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to use it to get the health. And you can use more than one, so I use the ninja rope to collect the health and the worm charm. And let's see what else would be useful. So now I want to use a different worm, so I hit that and I'm going to select Billy Bob, and I collected a worm charm. So I'm going to select the worm charm and I want to use it up here. Now you can press Y, so you can make it unlucky or lucky. So I'm going to make it unlucky. And anything with inside that is unlucky. So they're losing a little bit of health. They take more damage while they're in there. The opposite of that, by pressing Y to select it, I could make... I'll just show you how much damage, how they're going to take more damage. So I'm just going to throw the grenade in there, and nothing's going to happen. There's a reason I did that, so I'll show you. No, not really, but I can show you how I can make that not happen. So what I want is, I have an unlucky one, so now I'm going to use the horseshoe. And I'm going to press Y to change it to attract. And I'm going to go in here to the unlucky area. And I'm going to drop it. And then I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge. Didn't quite make it out. So now I have an unlucky area where worms take more damage. And I also have a magnet in there that is going to attract things. So when I make that horrible throw like I did last time, this time I don't have to make such a good throw, and the magnet will take it right in there and make sure that Billy Bob gets the grenade that it was intended for him. So that's pretty cool. That's how you can... This is actually a pretty good way to, use several utilities, sometimes even in one turn. So let's go back up here to... We'll just, really quick, I'll just show you the pneumatic drill. All it does is just drill straight down. Not a big deal. You really wouldn't want to do that here because I'm heading straight for the water. At the end of the match, when the water starts to rise, that worm is going to be the first worm to die. This is a good opportunity to show you the water jet pack, the Aqua pack. So I have Nelbert up there, and I'd love to just wash him down, and also I want my worm to get up to the top. So I'm going to press A to get going, and then I'm just going to press up to steer. I'm going to make sure that he gets water on him there, and it's just kind of washing him down. So I got up to the top next to my partner where I wanted to be, and I successfully washed Nelbert down to the bottom. So now, oh, I can just use the rest of the water there. If he didn't go, I could have just kept doing that. So, there's that. So I still have time left on my turn, so now I want to hit Nelbert with a lightning strike while he's in the water. I don't know if that really makes it more damaging or not, but he is underwater, and it protects him apparently. No, there we go, 40. So he got hit with 40 damage on that, plus drowning. So that worked out pretty good. The next thing we have is, let's say I have a worm with like lower health and higher health or whatever. So let's say I want to take Billy Bob, and I'm going to press Y. And I'm going to swap Billy Bob with this guy because Billy Bob has more health. So just pretend that the 199 health worm that I just swapped with, let's just pretend it would have died in the next turn. I could have swapped him to move, you know, a worm with more health in its place. So the next thing we have is the Girder. Try to stay at least on the same line. The Girder is going to protect worms. So let's say I want to protect myself, or I want to build a bridge to somewhere, or I want to, like, let's say I know that it's the green Keezy's turn next. So I'm going to make it harder for him to get me. So I'm just going to put this Girder over top of his head. And then move back a little bit. So now Keezy doesn't have like direct access to me on the next turn. Let's see. The next thing is this worm is about to die, so we're gonna put this on, or at least he's taken some damage. So we're gonna put the Equalizer on. And I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna stand next to Billy Bob. And I stole his health and then equalized our health. So I gained a little bit of health and he lost some health. You can figure various applications for using that, obviously. Okay, back up here we have the parachute, which is affected by the air. So I'm probably going to kill myself, but at least you'll get to see. So I'm going to jump and parachute. And press A too quickly. I'm going to jump. Oh, I forgot to put the parachute back on. So I'm going to jump and then hold the A button. And I can come all the way down here. And I can land next to him. And then if I wanted to, I could, you know, do something to him, like knock him off or whatever. Instead, I'm going to drain the water by using the drain, because I didn't mean to fall in the water, and so I don't want to take drowning damage. So I'm going to put that drain there, and then any water that hits it is going to go away. So that's how that works. Next up we have the winged monkey, which the winged monkey, you call him in. And let's say I really want to do some damage, so we're gonna go through the winged monkey, and I am going to get this place right. Let's see. Oh, you got to pick which type you want, and then you press A, and then it'll to select it, and then you'll have to figure out where you want to place it. So I'm just gonna place it right here. and I want it kind of on its side. Press A, and it's there. Although, yeah. So press A and it's there. Now I have a poison bottle near them for whatever reason. Next thing I'm gonna do is I know that when it's Keezy's turn next, he's going to shoot me off here. So I'm gonna just jetpack all the way over here and up, and kind of let myself float a little bit, and then I'm gonna just try to get over here to the other side of the map. And I can use another thing, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to set a turret. That's going to shoot Keezy. Now it's Keezy's turn, right? And we put that girder above him so that he couldn't get woolly. And then Nelbert flew over and placed the turret in the way, so Keezy can't go anywhere. If I try to go up here, you see that the turret sees me and just shoots me, and then I lose my turn. So Keezy's pretty much stuck there until that turret breaks. Which we'll go over in a minute. Okay, so the next thing we have is the Teleshield. So I can press A, and let's say this is what the green team needs to do to Keezy. So let's skip that one for a second. We went over these, we went over this, we went over this, we went over this. So I'm going to select this, and we're going to go to a worm that might be drowning, such as this Keezy over here. And I'll show you what the oxygen does. So if I pick the oxygen and I go in the water, I can put this helmet on, and now if I don't have a drain, I can stand in the water and I'm not going to drown. You can see Bob over there has one from the previous game. Alright, so we showed you this, and showed you this, and showed you this, and showed you all of this stuff here. So the next thing I'm going to do is the pirate. So we're going to walk up here to Nelbert. Hopefully this works. Press A. And now I can steal something from Nelbert. So it looks like I have an option to get another winged monkey. So that's what I'll take. And then that's pretty much my turn.
Yes, sir. If only I could channel this energy somehow.
Alright, so the next thing we have is I'm gonna need some dead worms, so let's kill them. Let's kill these guys. Alright, now it's this Keezy's turn, so we know that Keezy is going to get, the other Keezy rather, is going to get killed. So we want to select the Teleshield. And we need to find this Keezy, so that the next time that until I can get over to help him, he's going to have that shield on. And not get, he won't take any damage there. So the next thing we're gonna do is, let's go with a holy hand grenade.
By my calculations.
Oh, yeah. Let's not say we did. So we're stuck here in this area. I don't want Billy Bob taking me out on his next turn. So I'm just going to put this on, and I'm going to knock him out. And that Billy Bob will miss his next turn. Because I got to figure out how I'm going to get out of this bad area here.
I'm sorry.
Only it's not going to do any good because I'm about to just blow them all up. We're going to need a gravestone, is basically what we're after here. He can't go anywhere. Did the pirate, we did this, so I guess we've gone over just about everything there is. So I'm gonna skip. That's how you skip. And the next thing we need to do is throw another one of these in there. It's bad luck. They should be taking a lot of damage. Let's try. Oh, that didn't work. I kind of missed it.
Don't you dare do that again. My damage reflector didn't work. For me, ma.
Okay, we'll get him to. Bunker bust him.
Freedom
There.
at last. I forgot to wear my invisibility cloak.
Oh, couldn't get away. See, that's a pretty tough spot. Alright. So the next thing we want to do is I'm going to switch worms so I can get to one that can show us what we're trying to accomplish here. Alright, so this worm, you can't see it. This is the grave digger. So this worm, behind this bad luck thing, there's a grave. So I don't know if it'll work or not. But I'm just going to dig here by the grave. And I got a banana bomb. Grave robbing. So I think that pretty much sums it up. I wanted to actually at least try to show them all to you in action. Just a quick recap. Blowtorch, we did this, we did this. I don't think we did the teleport gun. So the teleport gun is basically when you shoot, it's like a cross between the teleporting and this is going to be a bad idea, but when you shoot with a teleport gun, it just basically takes you to wherever you hit, and you can do it all day long. I think I showed you this. I showed you the Teleswap. I showed you the parachute. Yeah. This is why it's nice to go in order, and then you know you don't miss anything and get 2 gigabytes in an 18-minute video. But hopefully that helps, and that's the last of them. I'll probably do some videos on the worms themselves, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.